Yeah, good evening all. Am I audible? Yeah, Shri, good evening. Girkati Shri, good evening. Uma Devi, good evening. Banu, good evening. Sai Maniganta, good evening. Am I audible? Okay, Mahesh Thakur, good evening. Good evening, Sanjay Ramar. Good evening, Sauji. Good evening, Jay Shri. Good evening, Punita. Good evening, Reba. Yeah, thank you for your response, Mahesh Thakur. Good evening, Katoju Lavanya. Good evening. Yeah, thank you all for your response. So, good evening all. This is Indra from Pantech E Learning. So today we are in our 10th day of this 21 days of masterclass on Jetson AI, right? So in yesterday's session we have got a clear idea about neural network, the previous session, and then we had a conversation about neural network, deep learning frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch and all the libraries. So today we are going to implement it. In yesterday's session we only talk about the theory part. We didn't implement anything, right? So today we are going to do it by practical. Then only you will get a clear idea about it. So what I am talking about in the yesterday's session, right? So if you are all ready, we will start. Are you all ready? Shall we start the session? Shri Darshini, good evening. Nand Kishore, good evening. Deepak, good evening. Shri Krishna, good evening. Sivakama Sundari, good evening. Pankaj, good evening. Mahesh, good evening all. So are you all ready? Shall we start? So you already know how to get into Jupyter notebook, right? So today we are going to do that. For that I need to go to my Jetson Nano. Sorry. Okay, here let me search for Jupyter notebook. If I hit enter, it will automatically open in the Chrome browser. Yeah. So here I am already having the folder called Masterclass. Here I am going to create one more file. So just we can go to new Python file. So here see, I am already having the data set which is iris.csv. Okay. So let me delete this. This is just a previous one. I have just used this for a demo purpose. So we don't need it anymore. So this is the data set we are going to use in this program, right? Okay, so I will explain about this particular data set, how to get the data set in the upcoming topic, right? So here I'm going to change the name, like for TensorFlow demo. Okay, so I'm going to rename it. How to get the IP address? Which IP address? We are talking about which IP address? Now we are in Jupyter notebook. If you want to get your Jetson Nano IP address in the sense, you can go for the command called ifconfig. ifconfig, ifconfig. That will provide you so many steps. You just scroll down and you will get something like WH0 or something like that. It will provide you the particular IP address of your Jetson Nano, right? So let me minimize it. Okay. So here, okay, I'm not going to use this one because I have already told you that how we can connect remotely, right? So why can't we try that? Let me log out this. Instead of going here, we can directly go for a remote thing, right? So let me open it and let me cancel this also. Let me close it. So someone have asked how to get thing, right? So if you give for if config, see WLAN 0, here it will provide you the IP address, right? So this is how you can get your IP address. Now I'm going to my command prompt. Here I need to pass the thing, which is SSH-L 8000, which is my port, local host. You can go for the same command, don't change anything over there. Instead of Pantech, you can try with your username. Let me check with once again. 192.168.137.9. 168.137.9. If you provide a wrong IP address, in the sense you can't able to get into particular thing. So make sure that you have entered the correct one, right? Okay, so now let me list it. Yeah, NVCC version. Okay, fine. So now let's get into Jupyter notebook remotely. Here you can't just provide Jupyter notebook, along with you have to provide your port, which is equal to 8000. This is the main thing. If I hit enter, it will throw me the link here. So let me copy this and I'm going for edge. Okay, so let it be here. I'm going to provide the particular link. See here, I'm going to masterclass. Without lagging, we can use this. If I go for Jetson Nano, in the sense it will be bit lag, right? So if I use this remotely, there is no lagging. We can use it easily. So now I have already created called TensorFlow demo. The extension is like .ipynb. Let me click on it, and here we are going to build a neural network. Okay, so we are going to build and train a neural network. So I'm going to start with, so before getting started to this, you need to install all the thing. I mean, you need to install Torch, you need to install TensorFlow, you need to install Jupyter notebook, everything you have to install it readily, and then you can come to the next topics, right? So without installation, you can't do all this process. So first, I'm going to import TensorFlow as TF. So if you hit enter, it will take you to the next line. If you want to come to the new tab, in the sense you have to press shift plus enter. It will take you to the next thing. So here, once it is imported, we have successfully imported. If I didn't install TensorFlow, in the sense it will throw me an error. If I press shift plus enter, it just come to the next line, which means it is imported successfully. So once it is imported, I can go and check whether the CUDA has enables or not. So how to check that? tf dot config dot get visible devices. Shift enter. Here you can able to see the physical devices is CPU and GPU. As you could see here, I have CPU and GPU available. So at the same time, you can also go for tf dot test dot is GPU available. I'm going to check whether it is available or not. If I hit enter, it should throw me true. If you get false, in the sense it is not readily available. So here I got true. So you will get particular device information about all this. You should get true. If it is true, then your actual GPU is present. Okay. Now you can also pass this thing. tf.config list physical devices of GPU. You can also pass this. Okay, so now your GPU is enabled, which means whatever you do with TensorFlow is integrated with that as well. So now we can go for including data set, and for opening the data set, we need a library called pandas. So import pandas as PD. Okay, what happened? Just a minute. I think there is some issue with this thing. Okay. I think there is something issue with my Wi-Fi. That's why it doesn't show. Just a minute. Let me check it with once. Yeah, I think it's connected now. Okay, so now import pandas as PD. Okay, so now let's read a CSV file in it. So how to read? So I'm going to create a variable called data. Here PD dot read underscore, that is a CSV file, right? So inside I'm going to pass my dataset file name, which is iris.csv. Okay, so here CSV is the data set. Here I am just loading the data set. So how I got this particular data set? What happened? Then again I'm getting error with my thing. Okay, so there is a thing called Kaggle. If you go for Kaggle, here you can able to get your data set. Here is where I got my data set. So here there is a thing called data sets, right? So click on it. You can search whatever the data you want. I just got iris species over here, which is nothing but a flower. I just got a flower data set. I mean iris.csv data set. I have downloaded it in my local device. I just here using this upload, here we can upload the data set. Here I have already downloaded my data set. I have already included it in my Jupyter notebook, right? So here I got my data set. So you have to load your data set over here, then only you can access over it. So how to access it? Data, which is equal to pd.read underscore csv, and inside you need to pass that. So if I hit, okay, so now data dot head, if I hit enter, what happened? It should actually print the data set here, but there is some issue with my network, I think. So just a minute, let me check. Yeah, there is some issue with my Wi-Fi. I think that's why we can't able to get the output properly. If I hit data.head, it should actually provide us some data that is present inside. So here it will showing like not connected, right? So just a minute, let me check it with once. I think it's working now. Okay, so now let's go and check it here once again. hope it's working now. Let's check. So let me log out. Let us try again, right? Let me go here again, see SSH. Just a minute. Here is, it's lagging actually. Just give me a minute, let me check with another Wi-Fi over here. SF2. Just give me a minute. Let me check with my Wi-Fi once. Let me reconnect my Jetson Nano once. Yeah, we got it, I think. So let me go for my VNC and let me check it with once. Just give me a minute, let me try it again and it's connecting actually. Let's wait for a few seconds and let's try again with the NC viewer, right? Yeah. So now it's working. Okay, extend your FP to cross 720, right? Okay. So let it be, and now let's move for our command prompt, and here we need to paste that, and okay, now it's working fine, I think. Okay, so now let's directly go for Jupyter notebook port, which is equal to 8000, right? So let me hit enter. Okay, we got our link over here. Let me copy this and let it be, and let it go to my edge, and let me paste it over here. Let me cancel it. I think we don't need it anymore. So let us go for this, and here let me paste it again. Okay, so now let's move to our masterclass TensorFlow demo. Here it will be like, okay, so let us try again, and we got true, right? So GPU test is GPU available. Now we can go again import pandas as PD. Okay, so then again we can go for like data, which is equal to PD dot read underscore CSV file. So inside we need to pass that file name, which is iris dot CSV. Okay, after this I am going to, let's see what are the data present inside. Okay, so data dot head. Okay, see here we are having like ID, sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width, and the species also here. So actually we are moving towards to creating a particular workflow, this TensorFlow, and this is what we are trying to do. So for that you need your target features separate and ready, then only we can proceed, right? So for doing that task, here we are going to split the species separately. First let's pick the column alone. So how to pick the column? Data dot columns. What happened? Okay, so here let me go for like x, which is equal to here data. It should provide that columns here actually. What happened? Again. My Wi-Fi is keep irritating me. I don't know why it's working properly until now. If we got any disturbance in the Wi-Fi or network, in the sense we can't able to get the output properly, because we are connecting Jetson Nano and remotely in the same network, right? So that's why we can't able to get it properly. Again. What is the issue? Seriously? See? That is the issue. I think I can go for some other network which will be better, I think. Let me try it with once. Let me change my Wi-Fi. Okay, let me log it out. And let me go and change the IP address also. Let it be, and 106, I think. Nothing is connected. Oh. Let me try it again. Just wait for a few seconds and let me try it again, right? I'm really sorry for this. I'm not expecting this. It will be making a huge mess like this. So please, let's wait for a few seconds, right? Actually, this is the correct IP address. I don't know why it is not connecting. Or this, I'm trying with everything. Actually, this is the IP address, but what happened? Just give me a minute. Let me check with my. Let me directly connect into my monitor and let me check with the IP address once. Just wait for a few seconds. I'm actually checking IP address with my monitor now. Once we got the correct IP address, then we can go without any problem. It's actually SF2, right? It's booting up actually. Let's wait for a few seconds. Just a minute. Actually, here I face some Wi-Fi issue. I can't able to handle it now, I think. Without proper Wi-Fi, we can't able to go for Jupyter Notebook and Jetson, right? So I hope you understand. Here I'm trying with it's actually booting up, but I can't able to connect it. It will take some time, I think. So this is actually a huge topic. So sorry for the interrupt actually. I hope you understand this. So if you are all okay with this, in the sense we can continue this topic in tomorrow's session along with tomorrow's session also. So that's why I'm asking you. You are all okay with that? I just need your opinion. So sorry for this. This is my mistake. Here I didn't got the better Wi-Fi here. Without proper Wi-Fi, I can't able to connect Jetson Nano and Jupyter Notebook as well. So it will be a huge topic. So tomorrow I will take this particular topic along with tomorrow's session also, right? So if you are all okay with that, in the sense we can continue this topic in tomorrow's class. So sorry for the interrupt and sorry for the mess that I made today. I know I wasted all your time, right? So sorry for this. Thank you for your understanding, and we have pinned the attendance in the chat box, so don't forget to mark your attendance link. So I will take today's session with tomorrow's content along with that, right? No, it won't be long. Actually, tomorrow's session will be a theoretical topic actually, convolutional neural network. We have already done with neural network part, right? So tomorrow we are going to talk about convolutional neural network. It won't take much time. So we can manage it. Maximum it will take 1 hour. We can't go, I think it is a go beyond 1 hour. I hope you are all okay with it, right? Okay. So sorry for this and thank you all. Have a wonderful day. Let's catch up at tomorrow's session with 2 topics, right? So thank you all. Have a very great day.